Welcome to Tipsy. I'm your host, Patrick Paul. This is the second episode, and it's going to cover how to create an events calendar. But first, today's episode is unofficially brought to you by Jameson. Jameson's for when your dad comes over and brings the good shit, but doesn't drink it all. That is good. Okay. You might notice the new graphics. Made it myself. Looking sexy. Yes. This will actually be a useful tool for if you have events, but definitely be useful for my comedian friends. To create and embed an events calendar into your homepage. I'm going to show you how to integrate Google's calendar into your WordPress website. That is so you won't have to actually go into the website to add new events. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your laptop. You can do it from anywhere you manage your Google Calendar. And I recommend using Google Calendar because of those things. You can use it from your phone and all that stuff. It's a little more complex than setting up just a straight calendar plugin, events plugin into your website because you have to get a Google API number. But other than that, it'll be easier to manage overall. So you're going to want to do this instead of setting up a straight one because you don't want to have to go into your website every time to add new events. You want to be able to, add it to your calendar straight from your email or whatever or whatever. All right. And just a reminder, subscribe, share, whatever. Like the video, do that shit, that good shit. Anyways, yes, Tech Tipsy, how to create an events calendar. So first you need to do is set up a freaking calendar. Excuse that. All right, so you got to set up a Google account. I'm using the potbrownies at Gmail. Okay, just a quick sober edit here. Just letting you know where to find Google Calendars after you've signed up for a Google account. Google if you don't know how. In the top right corner, there'll be a little matrix of dots here. Those are other Google apps. When you sign into Google, it'll be on your Gmail page. It'll be if you just sign in on the Chrome. It'll be in the top corner and it'll look like a bunch of little tiny blocks. Click on that, and then if you cycle through here, you should find the calendar. Then click on that, and that's how you get into where we are now. Peace. I'm going to set up a new calendar there. So you go to My Calendars. Click on that little down arrow. If you don't know how to set up a Google account, Google it. So create a new calendar, give it a name. So the Pot Brownies Events. Okay. You can give it a description. Events. Show times. Etc. etc. Alright, location. Auckland. Well, say New Zealand. New Zealand. Alright, calendar time zone. That's fine. You want to make the calendar public. This is going to be your public file. So if you're a comic, you want to put your show times there. You want to be able to share it with people, especially if you're going to put it on your website. It needs to be public. Okay, so share only my free busy information, hide details. Nah, you don't want to do that because you want people to, find out what club you're playing or the details of your event, where to go, stuff like that. So you can share with specific people. If you have a, email list, you can do that there. If you want to share it with your agent or other people that should be organizing this, you can do that. I'll share this later because I don't want to be giving out my friends' emails or the other pot brownies emails in this tutorial video. All right, so I think that's all good because you can share it and you can allow other people to edit, make changes and stuff like that. So if you have an assistant or someone else who just part of their job to manage this stuff, or if you are part of a duo or whatever, doesn't really matter. You can give them access to edit events and all that good stuff. So create the calendar, make your calendar public. We'll make all events visible to the world, including Google search. That's all good. But yes, so we created a calendar. Pot brownies events. All right. So we created a calendar. I'm going to add an event to it just so that there's something in there. So we record our podcast every Sunday live on air at the Flat FM. So I'm going to put that in there. So from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. live radio show. IT with the brownie and the bagel. Brownie and the bagel. Calendar. Pot brownies. Events. Okay. No. It's events. So the flatfm.co.nz. So tune in. Hear the show live. Oops. HTTP. flatfm.co.nz. Nice. Guests can invite others. Guest list. Event color. We'll make it green. Why not? Okay, notifications pops up. 30 minutes is good. That show me is busy. A visibility calendar default, which is public, so we'll leave it at that. Add more attachments. I think we're all good there. You can invite people from there. We'll just adjust this. It's 4 to 6 p.m. 2-hour show, and it's a repeat event, so you want to check that. This is a weekly appearance. Repeat every 1 week. Sunday starts at that. Ends never gonna end. Well, never say never. We'll see about that. All right, done. Click save, and now we have a calendar and we have a weekly event. So radio show every Sunday of the week. There it is. All right. So now that we've got an event, we've got a calendar.
Okay, so we're at it here.
Public.
I realize that some things are best left to the easiest route, the path of least resistance. And some of you might be fine with the way that the Google Calendar looks by default. So there is an alternative method. Instead of just continuing on what I was going, you can actually just use the built-in Google Calendar, and it's very easy to use. So what you can do is just click that little drop down there, go into calendar settings. It'll bring the details, and over here there's code to embed the calendar. So you can just copy that, and you can customize the look of it as well. This is how it'll look here, so you can do things like take off the title, since presumably that's going to be on your page, and take off like print icons. So yeah, and then you just which calendar to display. If you have multiple different calendars, like you can break it up into the type of event if you want, and then include those in. And you include holidays New Zealand. So hey, Good Friday's coming up. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, and so it's really up to you. So then you can update the HTML. So copy, and then what you can do is edit it. Click create a new page. Google Calendar. Paste the frame code in there. Update it. Now you can I set this page as private because I don't want it to appear in the thing. And this is how it'll look. Okay, So you got your events there. You click on them and it'll show a little more detail. Tune into your live show with Flood FM. More details. You can do that, and it'll open up Google Calendar, and then you get more details. So if you're fine with your calendar looking like that, then just do this way. Keep in mind though, when you're pasting it into the page, use the text method. You might be used to using the visual method in your WordPress site. That's not going to work. You're going to have to paste it in text mode, and that'll allow the HTML code to be registered as HTML. So if you want your calendar to look like this, where it's like all nice and minimalist and stuff like that, you can, and you just hover over. If you like that effect, you hover over where it shows the information there. Has a few less options as far as customization goes, but I think it looks better. But the Google one does display a little more details just off the bat, like has a little bit of text there, which gets cut off, but depending on that. And you can go to agenda view, and it'll just show there. So they can go directly just to the list of all the upcoming events, and you can make that the default view by editing your calendar. So default view, week, month, agenda. So if you have a lot of events in 1 week, you might want to do the week view. If you have few events spread out, then agenda view might be best, because then it spreads it all out. It puts it all in one place. Alright, so if you're fine with it looking like that, just use this method. If not, keep watching and I'll show you how to implement this calendar look, and even how to customize the color a bit. Alright, so that's it for the sober edit. Back to Tipsy Patrick.
We need to get the plugin. Go back to our website, add new, and the plugin I have used. I've just installed it, so I haven't really set it up yet, so we'll go through that. But it's a Google Calendar Events. There you go. Search for that. So you go to your plugins, add new, of course. Do a search for that. Press enter. Yeah, there you go. And it should be the first one to show up. It's got this nice 31 here. Alright, click that. Click install and install now, and that'll set it up. Then it'll show up as this GCal events above your appearances. So what you want to do then is go to general settings. Now you don't technically have to fill this in, but I recommend that you do, because you'll see the instructions here. It says if left blank, they'll use their public API key, but there's a limit to how many things. So the more people that use this plugin, the less updates your calendar will make. It's 500,000 requests per day or 5 requests per second. So what you want to do is you're going to set up your own, just so you don't have to avoid because if this plugin is really popular, then if you make last minute changes, they'll take longer to update your calendar. So what you want to do is they have a nice handy link to instructions on how you can get your API key set up. You can follow those instructions. Has a link to the consoledevelopers.com. Go to that. There you go. Create a project. Okay, my project name, we'll just say Pot Brownies Event. Right on, we got a project ID. Okay, I agree. You gotta agree to that service. Okay, it's created project. It's creating it in the corner there. So just gotta wait. Wait a minute. There we go. So it's created the events. So what we want to do is go down to APIs and authentications, and then APIs. Oh, sorry, not APIs. Credentials. Oh, we got to make sure that the calendar API is set up. So calendar API, it's off. All right, so you go down under APIs, not credentials yet. Go down to calendar API and then go over to that. Make sure that it's on. It's enabled. Sweet. Okay, once that's enabled, then we go to credentials. All right, public API access, create new key. So we're going to want a server key. Okay. Now we're going to want IP address, click create, and then plow. You got an API key. So let's ponk that. Ponk. Is that even a word? Anyways, so copy that and then go over to your plugin, back to here. Right where it says Google API key, right click in there, paste it, save settings, click save, and pow, you got your API key saved. So once that's in there, now you're all sweet on this part of it. So that's probably the most difficult part. So what you're going to do is you go to all JCal feeds, add new. So you go pot brownies calendar. A little trouble spelling calendar there. Don't mind me. Okay, so got that. All right. So there's going to be some options down here. Google Calendar ID. Now there's a little instructions on how to find your Google Calendar ID. You can click on that. It'll bring up. Okay, when you go down to your calendar settings, all right, we'll do that. So we've got our calendar open over here. Let me just move this to the side. So we got our calendar still open over here. What you do is click that box over here, down to calendar settings. Okay, and then we go down over here and we've got our, oh, sorry. You got to, there you go. Calendar ID is right here. Sorry. So you copy that. I'm guessing at the whole thing. There you go. So you can either Control C or right click, copy. Add new feed. Put in your calendar ID there. Yep, that's the format it's in. There's some advanced settings over here you can play around with. Expand recurring events. Yeah, why not? Multiple day events. Show each day. So this is if you have like an event going on for like 3 days or something. Whether if you want that event to pop up when you hover over on each individual day that it's going on, or if you want to just have it on the first day. We'll just show on each day. Display mode, grid, month view. So that'll just show the month, and then it'll sort of highlight the days that you have events going on. Or you could go into like a list view, and that'll just kind of like it'll just show the events in a list. I actually prefer that, and for us, events will be pretty spread out. I find that a lot of other companies that have events, like tournaments, parties, or whatever like that, they'll want the month view if they have multiple events in a month, and spread that out. But if your events are far between, then I suggest the list view, because then you'll see them all. But it's really up to you. So we can try the list view. Okay, events per page, number of days, 7. number of events. There's all kinds of settings here you can do to customize it. And then we'll just save our changes. Booja. Alright. Now, they have a thing right here. It says, oh, okay, feed shortcode. Now, you can place this anywhere in the rest of your blog. On any page. So we'll set up a new page for this. Add new page. We'll just call it events. And we'll put that in there and publish it. So default template, that's fine. Okay. All right. So we can preview change. There we go. So there you go. That's the event in that list form. Like that. Let's change it to a different type of view instead of a list. Let's change it to the grid month view so you can compare how it looks with the Google default. All right. And refresh and pow. So that's how that one looks. See, much slicker. This is more minimalist. You know, not too many funky words and stuff. And you know, it's pretty cherry. The darker ones, it shows that it's an event. When you hover over, it'll show live radio, high tea with the brownie and the bagel. Start 4 p.m. ends 6 p.m. And then you can have the link there. And then that. Go to Zuala, the Flat FM, the Konarenzel, where you can listen to the radio. And we will be here. Holla. Okay, so I guess that's it. We'll just take off this iframe here. You can do some styles on that on the calendar. Let's go back, do a refresh. The good thing about this calendar is it is, I believe, responsive. So when you shrink it down, it'll shrink with you. You can highlight that. So, events automatically adds to that. If your menu does not automatically add events, you can, add the page. You can go and find that. But you should know how to add pages and stuff to your WordPress site. Okay? So that's it for how to add an events calendar. Try out the different views. You can apply like styles and stuff to this. But it's really up to you. If you don't think that the highlighting of the event stands out enough, you can make it have a different colored background by using the tools, sort of what I did on the first episode. There we go. See this calendar, this thing right here has events is the important one to remember. So so you can add that. Has events, and we'll say background. Background color. Let's try some different ones. Oh, that's not bad. Antique white. So you can experiment with different colors. Yeah, basically anything you want. Once no, I'm not gonna do that. Dark olive green. Actually, that's not too bad. Maybe brown. Yeah, Or brownies. The brownies. Alright, so you can then copy that, or go to inspect element, copy it from there. Then go into your custom CSS. Paste it in. Update custom CSS. The next time you view the page, hit refresh, it'll highlight it differently. So that's, up to you how you want it done. That doesn't really look brown to me, but then again, the white and gold dress look black and blue to me. All right, yeah, that's been the Tech Tipsy for today. Hope it probably ran a little longer than usual because of the technical difficulties, but that's good. That might be technical difficulties you might run into, so it showed you how to get around them. Anyways, yeah, you have a good one. Remember, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want a specific video done, go ahead and ask. I might do it. No guarantees. But if you send me some booze, I will definitely do it. And we'll shout you out. So I'm Patrick Paul for Tech Tipsy. Salud. Tech Tipsy, getting drunk, yeah. Getting drunk, yeah. Drunk, drink. Hallelujah.